Good morning, friends. Welcome to Take Two for this Monday, the 3rd of June, 2019. I'm Jeannie. I'm so glad you decided to ride along this morning. Well, I like to talk to you a little bit about accepting compliments. Now, every Friday, if you watch me on a regular basis, every Friday I like to do my Unsung Hero of the Week. And these are people who a lot of times don't get the recognition for their kindnesses, for their dedication to for their encouragement, for all the things that they do. A lot of times, no one bothers complimenting them. No one bothers telling them, that they're great. And so a lot of times I consider those my unsung heroes because they're not complimented and patted on the back as much as they could be. But this is very interesting because I was cleaning up some old stuff on Facebook over the weekend, and I noticed that there was a message, a private message sent to me by somebody whom I had recognized as an unsung hero. And I kind of did a double glance at it, and I noticed the way the person responded to me and said, "Thank you so much for posting that and making me your unsung hero. But really, Jeannie, you're making me out to be something much, much more than I actually am." And I thought, wow, isn't that something that we can compliment somebody and they don't want to even receive it? A lot of times people don't want to be recognized. Now, please understand what I'm saying. I've got to bring balance to this. I am not talking about people who want to be patted on the back and are narcissistic and want to always be stroked and told how wonderful they are. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the extreme opposite, where somebody deserves to be patted on the back, deserves to be told how wonderful they are, and they just won't receive it. We had a very interesting exercise that we did when Michael and I were going through a mission training school many years ago. There was a man who came and taught in the school about halfway through the lecture phase, which would have been after all of us students. There was 23 of us in the school, and while we were training, this speaker came in. His name was Gail Irwin, and he came in and he taught on a number of different things, including recognizing who we are in Christ, and also recognizing our self-worth, and so on and so forth, and bringing balance to who we are as individuals, and humility and false humility, and that kind of thing. And what Gail had us do, like I said, it was I think it was a 12-week long lecture phase. He was there for about week 6. So we as students had all gotten to know one another. We were all friendly with one another. And this was in our discipleship training school back in Los Angeles back in 1987. And we were going through this training. And he had a very interesting exercise he did with us. What he had us do was go around the room and have like the one person who was it, and everybody going around the room had to tell them something good and positive about them, and all the person who was it was allowed to say was, "Thank you." That's all they were allowed to say. They couldn't dispute it. They couldn't argue it. They couldn't say, "No, that's not true." All you were allowed to say was, "Thank you." Do you know how hard that is? Do you know how hard it is when somebody says, "Jeannie, I noticed that you have such a kind heart, and that you're so giving, and that you're so generous." And I want to say, "Are you kidding? Do you know how selfish I could be sometimes? Oh, no, that's not me you're talking about." But I couldn't say any of that. All I could say was, "Thank you." That's hard. Accepting compliments is very hard. I'm going to tell you why. Because sometimes we're fearful that if we accept a compliment, that people will think we're stuck up, or we're conceited, or that we're narcissistic, or that we're show-offs. But the truth of the matter is, if you have good qualities about you, if you are a good cook, if you are a great wife, if you are a providing husband, if you are a loving parent, if you are a great grandparent, if you are those things, a good employee, that you have a good record, that you're at work on time, that you don't cheat the company, all of those things, those are good qualities, and it's all right to say you are those things because you are. So if somebody comes to you at work and says, Great job. You know, I really appreciate that you're the first one here, that you're always on time. And if you are ever late, you apologize, you make up for it, you shorten your lunch, or whatever you do. This is what you say. You don't say, oh, no, I'm not that. You say, thank you. And it's okay. So, once in a while, you need to just accept a compliment and be done with it, okay? And it's all right. It's okay. Now go be a blessing to somebody today. You know, you might end up being the only one who is. And let me tell you something else. If you go bless somebody and you're nice to them and they are having a hard time accepting it, tell them this. You don't need to say anything but thank you. Don't forget to tune into my radio station, WRMZ.org. Click that listen button. And also, if you really like what you hear, you know, why not just contact us? You could hit that contact button, and here's what I'll say back. Thank you. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jeanne Sigler, JeanneSigler. Click that subscribe button, hit the notification button, hit that little bell. We'll let you know every time I post another one. Okay, everybody, you have a great day, okay? And don't forget, if somebody compliments you, don't give them a song and a dance. Just say thank you, all right? I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.